All right, y'all. Public service announcement. The vendetta y'all got against Derrick James, y'all gotta let that go. Y'all gotta let it go. Like, for real, I'm seeing the comments after the Jermell Canelo Alvarez fight. Derrick James is being unfairly maligned, criticized, and scrutinized so much for Charlo'S performance against Canelo. Listen, y'all, I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how good you coach someone up. I don't care how much advice you give them. You can't teach heart. You can't teach dog. You can't force a fighter to commit to the game plan that you're setting forth for them in a fight. You can tell them all you want to. You can holler and scream. You can get in their face. You can be animated. But they got to carry out that. Okay? I'm listening in the corner when Derrick James is talking to Jermell Charlo. He's telling Jermell, you got to be first. Why you got to get off. Telling him to throw your punches. You know what I mean? Don't sit on your hands. Let your hands go. Be active. Throw combinations. Go after him. Go get him. Derrick James is saying these things when he's going to the corner between the rounds. Jamel is hearing that and still was tentative the whole night, right? It was times where he threw flurries and threw combinations, and he was successful with that, right? He was landing at the end of the combinations because it was a different look for Canelo to see, and I think it was kind of like having Canelo second guessing, right? And he went away from that. He refused to really engage and commit. So how is that on Derrick James? How? When he's telling Jermell exactly what to do, and Jermell is doing something completely opposite, right? That ain't on Derrick James. A lot of y'all just don't like Derrick because of what he said to Bomac, right? And how he was coming at Bomac. But again, I don't fault Derrick for that because Bomac then was trashing his fighter, Errol Spence, for years. They was talking about Errol like a dog, clowning him out all the time, right? Errol stayed real chill, didn't really say too much or nothing. They was basically trying to call Errol, trying to pull his card in ways. Errol said shit eventually, right? But I think Derrick James, he looking at Errol like a son of his, right? A son / little brother. He trained Errol up from the very beginning of his career. He went out there and was going crazy because he like, man, I know them dudes don't like me. They don't like my boy. They don't like, you know what I mean? So I'm not finna be friendly. And he apologized for how he came at Bomac before the fight happened. He apologized like a few days before the fight or whatever, right? Or a day before the fight or some few days before the fight. But people still holding that against him. Or you holding it against Derrick because Derrick is a trainer who trains guys who are PBC fighters, which really means black fighters, right? For real. Other than Terrence Crawford, like for real, it'd be a lot of race shit that be going on with how they hate Derrick James get. Or some people who are just really big Terrence Crawford fans who don't like what Derrick had to say about Bomac, and they just, Derrick, how you the trainer of the year? Again, Derrick James winning trainer of the year last year was justified. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. How he had a fighter that became undisputed, and another guy who unified 3 belts. Errol Spence unified 3 belts last year. Jermell Charlo became undisputed in the weight class. I think the first undisputed champion at 154 in a 4-belt era. So how is that not Coach of the Year worthy? How? They put on spectacular performances. That fight against Brian Castagna was the best fight I've ever seen Jermell fight under Derrick James, right? Errol Spence put on a dominating performance against Yordenis Ugas. I don't care about that little when Errol Mouthpiece came out and got hit. He was dominating Ugas for the entire fight outside of that moment, okay? It was one-sided. It was a one-sided fight, right? So when your guy puts on a one-sided clinic, the other guy and he unifies 3 belts, and the other guy becomes the first undisputed champion at 154 pounds in the 4-belt era, that warrants you getting Coach of the Year. Who was going to win it, bro? Who was supposed to win it last year? Right? And what's killing me is that it's black dudes arguing against Derrick James winning Coach of the Year when black fighters hardly get that fucking award. Black trainers barely get that fucking award in the first place. Like, was Roger Mayweather ever trainer of the year? Was he? I don't remember. Y'all let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. Was he? And he was training the best dude to do it for real in the last 20-something, 30-something years. Right? The last 20-something years, Floyd Mayweather was the best to do it. And I don't remember Roger Mayweather winning a trainer of the year, right? But you got black dudes all here. How's Derrick James trainer of the year? Easy. Jermell became a champion. Became undisputed under his watch, right? When you saw Jamil collect the belts Hey, he avenged his loss to Tony Harrison. Got the belts from Hayes and Rosario, right? Then got into a draw with Brian Castano. Then come out and beat Brian Castano and stops him. Errol Spence, you saw what he did. He got his third belt against Dennis Ugas, the dude who smoked Manny Pacquiao. Stopped his eye. I mean, beat him and broke his orbital bone, etc. But now Derrick James don't deserve to be coach of the year. That shit crazy. But again, Derrick can't make Jermell engage with Canelo. That ain't on him. He was telling Jermell, go after him. Go get him. Jermell, even in the 12th round, being tentative, trying to box, pot shot and throwing one shot at a time. And when you seeing the combinations, when he's seeing the combinations is what's giving him the most success. So it really made no sense for him to even be doing that. You can tell Canelo wasn't even worried about Jamil because he know Jamel wasn't even trying to come get him like that, which is why at times Canelo had his hands straight down, not even up, because he knew Jamel wasn't really on shit trying to come after him. You know what I mean? So you can't, Jermell's tentativeness, his lack of assertiveness, his lack of aggression does not count against Derrick James. I heard Derrick in the corner between the rounds telling him what to do. And it was all good shit. Throw more combinations. Go get him. What are you doing? You be first. And Jermell still relaxed and stayed calm and was okay with the moral victory. Saying, okay, he knocked them other guys out. He ain't knocked me out, though. Right? And, hey, I was daring to be great. And I hate when fighters do that. You dare, because before the fight, you was all for the win. You wanted to go for the win. You wanted to go for the victory. It wasn't about, just being there just to survive. That's what Jamel was saying. Now it's, he ain't knocked me out, right? I was just daring to be great. As if that's an excuse for you not being aggressive and being tentative. No, man. No. You was trying to go get something done and do something that you feel like ain't nobody seen done in the sport. And when you got in there, I don't know if you felt that power. You just didn't want to get knocked out. So you just was you wasn't really you wasn't trying to fight him for real. And I'm going to say this, man. People can say what they want to say about Errol Spence getting beat and being battered or whatever. No matter what was going on in that fight, Errol Spence kept coming forward, kept trying to bring the fight to Terrence every single time. He was actually landing shots. If you rewatch that fight, it's just he was landing 1 to Terrence Crawford's 3. He wasn't quick enough. You know what I mean? And Terrence was counter-punching the hell out of him because Errol was too slow throwing the punches. But he was trying to come forward and come get Terrence and try to press him. No matter how much he was taking shots and taking damage, right? He was willing to go out on his shield, go out with the gusto, and go out like a gangster. And Jermell wasn't willing to do that, and that ain't on Derrick James. So all this, look at Derrick James. He terrible, he trash. I heard Cameron saying that shit. Cam, a lot of these dudes, like, for real, rappers do not know boxing. Let's be for real. A lot of these dudes can't even tell you what these dudes, what weight class these fighters fight in. A lot of them don't know. Now, Cam he knows some sports for sure. I'm not going to act like he just don't know nothing. But a lot of them do not know boxing. Don't even be listening to the corner. Don't even know what a hook from an uppercut. They don't know a jab from a goddamn from an uppercut or whatever. They don't know none of these. They don't know nothing. They can't tell you what a pull counter looks like. Nothing. And they just saying stuff because everybody else said it. He heard somebody else say, Derrick James got to go. Derrick James ain't the fault in that fight. He wasn't. I'm sorry. I know y'all hate Derrick, but it's just unfair. You just vendetta. You got to let it go. I heard him telling Jamel the right shit to do. Jamel chose to just be out here pot shotting all night like he Floyd. Like he can counter punch Canelo and pick him apart like that when he can't. And again, I love watching. Jermell was known to be the aggressive dude with the heart of a lion, with the right bravado, with the right machismo, with the right moxie to go in there and go take it to Canelo and be like a gangster and fall on his sword. He was known to be that dude, and he didn't live up to that reputation. He didn't live up to the Lions only image, and that's his fault, not Derrick James. Derrick, nah, man, that's on Jermell. That's on Mel, man. You know what I'm saying? That's on him. I don't care what nobody say, that's on him. He chose not to fight tentatively and be afraid to get knocked out and just want to be in survival mode the whole time. Out there looking like Mikey Garcia against Errol Spence. Flat out. So that ain't on Derrick, man. It's just people just hearing that, it's Derrick James' fault. No, it's not. No, it's not, dog. That's on Jermell Charlo. Jermell, you can see how happy he was. And I told you he was too fucking respectful before the fight. Keep calling Canelo a legend. Yes, he is. But goddamn, how many times you gonna say it? How many times you gonna keep calling him a legend and legendary? Stop kissing the ring, goddammit. You can call him a legend after the fight, cool, but in the build-up, he kept calling him a legend, all that. No, man. Bring the same tenacity you got against everybody else. I ain't saying you got to fight the man or mush him in the face. I ain't saying you got to muff him. I ain't saying you got to slap him. But goddamn it, have the same bravado you got against everybody else, man. Fuck him, man. Fuck dude. That's how Jamel be when he fight anybody else, man. Fuck dude. All right? And some people be like, well, if you talk like that, it's going to be worse for you. No, it's fucking not, okay? It's not. The fight going to be a fight. Motherfucker gonna try to hurt you regardless anyway. So it is what it is, man. We in a fight business, we in a hurt business. And even if you win, even if you lose, it's the way you lose that even you can lose and increase your stock. I seen Deontay Wilder get stopped by Tyson Fury 2 fights in a row. But the way he redeemed himself in that 3rd fight, the way he fought valiantly, the way he went for the kill, the way when he went for blood, tried to hurt Tyson Fury and hurt him twice, dropped him twice. Right? The way he was still trying to fight back, the way he was still swinging, the way he was trying to go out on his shield, the way he was fighting like a gangster, the way he was willing to go out there and be like, let's go balls to the wall, fuck it, I'm in here, let's get it. That rose his stock, and people have so much respect for him because they like, damn, even in a loss, we see this dude willing to lay it on the line and go for it, right? People didn't gotta pay these high-ass pay-per-view prices, right? People be paying $85 and all that. We want to see something that's gonna be like, all right, man, and feel like our money it wasn't wasted. I'm so glad I didn't pay for that fight, y'all. I'm so glad. I'd have been so fucking mad I paid for that fight. I'd have been so mad, bro. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that ain't on Derrick. That's on Jamel. Jamel Iron Man, Charlo'S Lions only. He trying to do that. I don't be out there laying down, kissing the ring, man. No, if it's fuck everybody else when you fight them, it should have been fuck Canelo too. Let's get it. After the fight, you can just talk about, you can give him his props, you can give, exchange pleasantries, etc. But like, come on, man. Anyway, Machiavelli Mills TV, I'm out. Peace.